Hello, good day everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome to 2025 PositiveNaija November Forum week 47. Welcome to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. I think I should have gotten a camera. Sorry, a microphone.
You don't spin off.
Well, I think this one that they usually use, like we put it here and it kind of just I don't.
You said you could have got it. Maybe you had to.
I didn't have it, but I actually thought about it, but I think the time was kind of short. All right, so we would want to start with International Students Day, November 17th. Students Day. Students.
Is education a scam?
Clearly, no. I can never agree that education is a scam.
I was having a conversation with someone today. I think my children's learning. She was like, no, say education is scam. And in my mind, I paused. I was like, hold on. But then again, I know where she's
coming from.
Where those that are not even educated are having means, and doing probably better than those that are educated, especially when those are educated with the certificate don't have access to good jobs and stuff. So, I think that mantra of education as scam has really begun to pervade the system, and people are beginning to pick it up. But personally, I usually say that education of one's mind, personal development of any kind, is never a waste. You would definitely be better for it. Even if it's a course of study that you are not interested in and you don't like, something is happening to you. Especially if you exert yourself and go through the process, something is happening.
I have a question. Education is a scam. Is education a scam? It's education a scam. Popular saying amongst a lot of youth today. What can be done to make that mindset shift in Nigeria?
I think first off, there needs to be at the very, let me start from the very obvious one. It's obvious. More job opportunities that are commensurate with people's level of study.
True.
So a BSc holder, that's access to good jobs. A master's degree holder doesn't have a job and is resourcing to teaching. Now, don't get me wrong, is it bad for a master's teacher to teach? No. But when it becomes something that they don't want to do and they just have to resort to as job loading, that's why we have we hear of certain issues, molestation in school, certain things. Why? Because the person is not even, number one, the person doesn't want to be a teacher.
True.
So the person is dealing with frustrations, hang-ups, and will most likely pour it out on the children. So if the person was, had the passion for kids, read education, I know that there are certain things that have taught them how to deal with, certain scenarios in the classroom. The person would have been equipped, but when they are not equipped, what do you expect? So I think let's start from the obvious one, job creation. More job creation. And I know people will say, let the government. I'm one to say that. Let's leave the government alone, because you know what, we know where they are. So let's take the responsibility. And I believe some private organizations are trying their best in making the jobs available, and all that. And thank God for the advent of COVID. The world became a global playing ground, so people had access to remote job and have access to. So I feel if people have opportunities that would create more jobs for people. I mean, why not set it up rather than hoard it or keep it for a select few that are better off than even certain people? So all of those things, I believe if we can set those things in place, let there be normal eligibility criteria that the average person, if you begin to see that, oh, I go in, the number of years, I spend is coming. I remember, was it when I was in secondary school? I think my cousin, or who was that, they had this desire to just be a lecturer. But in the lecturing field right now, are they being paid well that that profession even looks attractive? No. And let's face it, the standard of living, cost of living is on the high. So you see people resorting to jobs just to make ends meet and meet up with basic. Let's not even talk about the extras. So I think those things are if they are addressed, I mean, that mantra will not be passed. It will not be passed out. So, but I'm hesitant to put the blame on youths of these days, but they have seemed to be the ones chanting that mantra. Why? Because they have seen young guys that have not gone to school, how they are able to do certain things, some of which are illegal, to get money, and so they feel like, I mean, what is then the need? If I can get this amount of money without having to go to school, I mean, what then is
true? So basically, I mean, the mantra is coming from the place more of financial comfort.
Yes.
So absolutely. People go to school, they don't see the results in linking what they've studied to their respective industries, and then
I mean, financial reward.
Especially.
Yes. That's where it's coming from. I believe that's yes. I believe.
But in that case, I think if there's a lot of perhaps financial literacy, if there is a system or a group of persons who are able to provide guidance appropriately, because clearly the school is for you to go and get your mind educated, learn the skill of your choice, but there's still a lot. The school might not teach you finance. So if there's a system in place, if there are, one or two individuals who take it upon themselves to say, okay, you know what, hey, for university students who are graduating, they can be part of our sessions where we teach them about how to think about money, how to save, how to invest, cash flow businesses in relation to what you studied in school. I think that will go a long way.
Okay, so I know a couple of people that read on Instagram, although yes, they have paid courses, they have paid courses, paid communities that you have to get into. And so I get that, okay, they need to do this, to help people. But I know there are a couple of people springing up doing those things, teaching financial literacy, money making, streams, incomes and such, even investments, going as far as breaking down investment portfolios like stock, bonds and such. So I know a couple of people on Instagram that do that. And I think that some of them even offer this knowledge for free if you check on YouTube. So it's just that sometimes some people are just educationally lazy, or is that the word, to just go through to exert themselves to look for what it is that they need. I remember just recently scrolling on one of such videos, how to make money, and I think I watched one and I saw, how YouTube does this algorithm, you click on one, other related videos come up, and I saw that she had even this recent tax policy thingy. She did it. That was what even made me watch it. She did a video on it explaining, what it means to income and all. Then I saw that she had talked about different investment portfolios, talked about, even stocks as of recent. So I think assessing this knowledge, there are people that do that. So maybe, there's something that we were doing in NYC Site, where different vocational skills are taught. Maybe financial literacy can be incorporated into Site. That's another.
Yeah. Although I think education in this current times would evolve to more practical based learning processes, because I mean these days AI can generate legal brief.
Yes.
I mean AIs, they can do that. And perhaps also too, I think we need to, especially as a country or people, I think we need to look at education differently.
Absolutely.
I think in as much as education has to do with skills, doctor, all that, but I think if the set purpose for a medical doctor is to save lives, then he or she needs to just know that that is what I am here to do. In that case, I doubt someone will want to regard education as a scam. So I think largely people need to know what they want out of life.
Yeah.
Although jam fits the jam some kind of things, because somebody will apply for medicine, give the person microbiology
or estate management, like in my case.
So, but again, I mean, I can't really advise people to say don't take it. Depends on their mentality at the time, depends on their thinking approach, depends on time factor. Somebody can say, okay, let me just start with this course that I didn't want to study originally. I can switch later, or let me just see after all. But then the danger with that is you are doing something that is outside your primary call, that your heart is made towards. And with time, when you don't see results on time, financial results precisely, monetary results, that's when people begin to say school na scam. So I think education needs to be defined currently in a way that people should be encouraged to go for what they really want.
True. Very true.
That's one. And secondly, also too, people need to know that, especially for students, they need to know that the schooling system is not the end of education. Education is continuous. It's outside school environment. You need mentors. You need mentorship in various aspects: health, finances, life goals, and a lot of resources these days. YouTube. And there are people around also too that can be strong support systems.
Very true. I think I know someone who transitioned to tech just watching YouTube videos. I know someone who became a sound technician just watching YouTube videos and then practicing what he saw. And he had gone on to be one of the great sound guys now. So I think the advantage, like you said, we have a lot of resources available to us now. Knowledge is everywhere. We need to bring back that learning culture.
Yeah.
And so maybe, just like you said, the definition of education that we have made it to be for children is the formal school education.
Exactly.
They have not let you to know that education is not just within the four walls of school. It's outside it. I mean, being here, engaging with you, I've learned a lot of things. That's some form of education.
True.
Observation is another form of,
various learning approaches
yes.
and processes.
So I think that's one thing that needs to be resounded. So it doesn't start or stop in school.
Interestingly, even social interactions.
Yes.
It's a form of learning.
Yes.
It's a form of learning process too.
You're right. So we need to let children, youth know this. It doesn't start or stop in school. Like you said, social interactions. I think I remember, I know I learned how to greet, but I can remember growing up, the community I lived then, one of the ways I picked up on Yoruba language, which was my mom's mother language, was the woman grinding pepper. When I greet her in English, you say, "Sokwe, eka or sokwe," that's a form of education. She took it out, took it upon herself that, okay, these children are not Yoruba speaking, but their mom is. Oh, why don't I? So that's some form of education. So, but that redefinition is very, very
true. And I think, just to say again, I think because people who say school na scam, clearly they have a goal in mind. Money.
Yes.
End goal is money.
Yes.
But education first is to train your mind to be able to think critically, know who you are, know how you can be able to make appropriate contribution to the society based on who you are and the skills you've got. So I think people need to begin to be reminded again, what is the essence of education? Then that way we cannot begin to judge if school is scam. I think it will actually be a self-answering question for every individual person. Oh, for me, look at what I want to do, look at my passion, look at my ambition, and I need to get educated in that thing. Just like we've said, the learning process can always differ. But then you have to think about your mind. My mind, how can it be refined? How do I know good from bad? And how can I be a valuable member to the society? Because most of the people who would shout school na scam, when you look a bit closely, you'll find that, okay, school na scam, okay, so what are you going to do now? What's your contribution to society? Right? I mean, it's also interesting that there are some persons who perhaps did not go to a formal school system.
Yes, they are the ones that
they are doing well for themselves. They've gotten education not in a formalized school system. And there are cases where they will still shout school na scam. Why? Because their end goal was money, or is money. So I think everybody needs to first understand the purpose of education.
Very true.
Understand the purpose of education.
Just like Masmoro said, the purpose of a thing is not known.
Abuse is inevitable. So I think that's a very key learning. And I think that will actually set the tone for every of this discussion. I mean, the purpose of a thing should be able to guide appropriately the assessment of success of that thing. So
you're right. Absolutely right.
All right, so we could look at next. Television. What television day?
Interesting.
Which actually is today.
Wow, amazing. So my question is, when they set this World Television Day, what was the goal? What was the purpose?
I think the purpose is just to celebrate, would be or must have been to celebrate the evolving of television as an audiovisual material of communication. I mean, clearly we also have World Radio Day.
Oh.
You know, so
Interesting.
I think it's more to, at the time television was like the pinnacle of audiovisual in black and white.
Yes, very true.
So
very true. Okay. Anytime I remember television, what I remember is how strict my father was with us. Oh my goodness. I remember vividly, if the TV, my dad he watched TV, but for some reason he just had this, I still can't place what it is, but he can just come and be like, no TV from so time to so time. I know then now, while growing up, channels comes up by 4 o'clock, where we had those colored stripes, and then we'll wait for them. When it comes up, it will not change to their
yes. After about some minutes,
then they'll start with cartoons.
Yes.
So it looked like that was even the best time to watch it. So my dad said nobody should turn on the TV, and I remember that when it's coming, when we hear his horn, more sharp. Go arrange the house, put on the TV. But I also remember that this same don't touch TV was still my dad that would he would come home with, and looking back at it, and I think it was just trying to manage what we viewed, because he would come up with cassettes of Nat Geo White and what's it called, documentaries of animals, and then you put it to call all of us that will be watching, and and I personally did I just felt like, how will I be watching animals dancing and chasing up? Yes, great. Later I enjoyed it. Sometimes I still watch Nat Geo Wild. I just enjoy nature and all that. But then, excuse me, that was not my interest. And this Holocaust, this Jewish Holocaust.
Yes.
I remember my dad also bringing the CD of the Holocaust, and oh my goodness, it was terrible. So
I think maybe perhaps from his own perspective, he just wanted to have a control in
what we're taking in
the form of information towards your education.
And come to think of it, though, if he had not done all of those, now coming to think of it, this Holocaust thing, if he had not done that, I don't think I'd have known about it. I'm just saying, because I've not had that. It's not
something that might want to come across your interest.
Yes, but I can talk about it now. I know something a bit, because we had the full compilation, part 1, part 2, part 3. I think it was 4 or 5 parts of it. And my dad would sit down, and watch it, with all of us were shot at some point because of the graphic this thing. They'll be watching it in the parlor. I would step out. I'm like, no, I can't deal with this. So I think in some way he added to making me knowledgeable about different things. If I talk about an animal now, especially now that I have a son, I'm saying some things about animals, and I'm like, okay, where did that come from? It's as way back as then. So I'm like, oh, okay. The control wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. But now I'm still of the opinion that screen it should actually be purposeful. So let's go back to the conclusion, purposeful. So usually with the advent of this information age and a lot of things out there is a need. Especially when you're having growing children.
In this time and age, where there's so much access to nearly whatever you want to access.
And to be honest, I appreciate my dad for that. At least he defined my palettes, my interests, my knowledge.
And even the use.
Yeah.
The use of the TV.
True. And funny enough, I'm doing the same thing for my kids now. During school period, they know that there's no TV. I'm that strict until the holidays, and then even then it's regulated. So, and why? Because we did it. So it's not like TV or screen is bad, but purpose.
Very true.
Again, boils down to purpose.
Very true.
Because one has to be intentional. What do you want these children to? What do you want them to learn? What do you want them to pick? What are you trying to teach them? So you have to guide all their mediums of absorbing information. And the eyes, they are the largest information. What's the word now? Information mediums. What the eyes see. So it's key. But thank God for technology. Thank God for evolution. Thank God for progress. When I hear fathers or people of those days talk about TVs where
they open,
they have to draw.
Big box with
brown,
brown
brown.
and legs.
Yeah, and then when we're talking to some guys and they can't seem to comprehend. We used to watch TV, you put on TV and it's not on until a particular time and you see rainbow lights.
Yeah. And then at night, they put just one movie.
Oh my god, they on repeat.
They turn off after some time.
Oh goodness God. Exactly.
I've never had a TV in my whole adult life.
You are kidding me.
I've never had it because I just felt like one, I won't have the time.
Really?
So my TV largely in my adult life has been my computer.
Oh my goodness. So what do you
But I grew up with a TV. Obviously I used the TVs, television to play video games. I remember the brand of the TV we used to have when I was growing up was a Panasonic. And big box like this, big screen, not the flat ones that we have today.
Amazing.
And then those TVs to come with antennas. Not the outside antenna, but the inner one that has like a V shape on a black base.
That
you put on the TV and then you turn. Is it clear? Is it clear? Somebody stay behind the TV and be turning it.
Oh my goodness.
In fact, there's a time I even remember that the TV we used to have then, it's as if it reads your current in your body.
Oh my goodness. The minute I remember.
Yeah, when you
live there, it goes.
It doesn't become clear again.
But when you stand
there,
it will not work.
Then your family people are telling you just stay there now.
Oh my goodness. I remember. Oh goodness God. You'll be so frustrated because you can't go in and watch and really maybe you're the youngest, so stand there and
popular series that we used to watch and those kind of things to come up with. Super Story.
My mom was a fan of this. Yes, this Telemundo series now. She's a fan of The Rich Also Cry, Secret of the Sand. Oh my goodness, my mom she was an ardent follower. Oh goodness. I remember also we locked the shop. She had a shop there. We locked the shop to go and watch all of those. Then we'll not come back and reopen again. It was crazy. It was crazy.
And then remote controls. Even today in the market, there's still lots of remote controls in the market for TVs and DVDs.
Do DVDs still exist?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Because I'm just like with the
clearly yes, but to be households that still will have the old that will have the old TV sets. No, I doubt so. I mean these days just to stream online.
Wow, amazing.
So Anyway. Constant change.
Yeah.
Constant change. Smart TVs are what dominates now.
Exactly.
Smart
that
TVs,
is
48 inches.
That can connect to. That can connect to the internet.
Yes, and you are browsing from the internet. You are streaming, watching movies. No restriction. Just have your internet data available.
Exactly. But do people still watch stations that are locally?
I think so. I mean, for
like
me,
the NTA there.
I think so. Maybe for people who like for news. I know I have a friend, for instance. Well, but not TV anyway, because these days, yes, people stream from studios.
Yes, they're even streaming online.
Online,
so you can go to
YouTube,
channels
watch.
online. You find it
Yeah,
online.
so TV now as a concept is just it's just screen. As far as you have a screen,
yes, and internet
tab with internet, now everybody has a TV in their pocket.
Yes, true.
Through their mobile phones.
The skit makers have made movies more interesting. YouTube has decentralized, has helped decentralize before. There are certain movies you can't watch or have access to. It's only on African Magic, except they even play them then on those TV stations. But now they are movie. We have the Netflix there. We have what's it called?
Amazon Prime.
Yeah. And there's this one, Showmax by DSTV.
Okay.
Yeah. So technology. Interesting.
Nollywood very dominant during the TV era.
Oh my goodness.
Very, very dominant.
Oh my goodness.
The VCDs.
Especially the epic movies. What we have as epic now.
Silent Night.
Oh goodness.
Blood Money.
Yeah, there's this very popular one that they did a remake.
Nenka, the Pretty Serpent.
There's another one they did the remake again. Oh, they did the remake of Nenka, the Pretty Serpent. There's another one that they did the remake again. I'm trying to remember. What is that movie?
I don't think it's Blood Money. I think it's Blood Money.
It's Blood Money.
It's Blood Money. Kanayo, Tedoche.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Blood Money.
It is.
A lot of movies then. Gentle Jack, Liz Benson, Shegun Arinze, Ramsey Noah, Genevieve, Nanji. I mean, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah. It was just hard to think that today we'll just have this unlimited access to watch at will. Because then if you miss an episode of Superstore, you have to depend on people to begin to tell you.
Oh my god, I did school. That's what I did
you.
Because then it was the era of my dad not allowing us watch. So I usually depended on my classmates. Oh goodness God. To gist me. Maybe I'll not track where I stopped and say, okay, tell me what happened. This is where I stopped, like they'll not gist. I'm like, oh goodness God, because that's the end.
The best you can get is the recap at the start of the new series.
Yes,
you know?
Very true. Very true.
So yeah, it was really fun.
Really was.
Really fun. I don't know if maybe in the next 50 years anything like TVs would even exist anymore.
We'll be looking at screens.
It's just screens.
At the thought of
exactly.
Or touch. At the thought of touch.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That really is interesting.
Well, just have a glass background and you can just
project
whatever you want to have there.
Amazing.
Anyway, life goes on.
Yeah, it does. But it's so beautiful to see the
evolvement, development.
Yeah.
All right. So next topic would look at World Children's Day. World Children's Day, November 20th. That was yesterday.
Really?
Yeah, World Children's Day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, children.
Yeah.
So I was on Instagram today and I saw it was obviously an old post about this Ochanya girl. I don't know if you were abreast there. And it just struck me that we just need to protect our children.
True.
We need to protect them. We need to protect
True.
them. It's scary how children what am I saying? A sister friend of mine, she runs a rehab center for prostitutes. I think I was still reading it on her Instagram page some days back. Now what she was currently dealing with was a 10-year-old child that was introduced into prostitution. And if I'm getting the story right, whether it's 10-year-old or 12-year-old, she has 2 children as a result of this. So this supposed person that introduced her is an aunt and uses her for sex trafficking. And this 10-year-old or 12-year-old girl already has 2 children, one a 2-year-old and one a 4-month-old. And if I'm getting the story right, it's like she started introducing the small child into that life. And from their investigations, it's looking like this is what she does. She's into peddling young children. And sometimes my mind can't just, even as I'm talking to you, my mind can't seem to, like, what's the depravity of mind that would make you subject a child, not an 18-year-old that sort of has consent, even an 18-year-old, if he says no, it should be no.
True.
But a child, a 10-year-old, like, what is the, I say, like, even if you went through stuffs, so you were hard up for money and stuffs, what your experience should make you say that no child should go through that. No child under your watch should go through what you went through. And so it should be your mission in life as a vanguard that you will protect every child. So I wonder the depravity of the human mind that allows certain things to happen to a child. Sorry I brought that up. I brought that up.
No problem.
When I think of children, I just look at the society and the stories you hear, how heartbreaking it is. Look at that young girl, such beautiful, promising potential and life ahead of her. It's so sad. Yeah. So sad.
I think because children, for instance, do not just fall out from the sky. So as a society, I think we need to be very intentional. Again, back to the purpose of a thing. I think we need to recognize the value of children. And because most of the time, if you do not know the value of a thing, abuse is inevitable. Exactly. So if you know that I'm bringing this child and this now goes directly to the parents, know how many children you can take care of and value adequately. If it's one, let us say, this child, look at the purpose of this child. It could be for reasons best known to you. I want this child to be able to prolong our generation. No problem. Know that you can take care of that one child, 2 children, 3 children, but not just give birth to children because if this one no do well for life, this one fit do well. It's more like a gamble with lives of children who just need guidance and nurture. So I think that would help a lot.
It really would.
And then it has to be very intentional. Even by the entire society, because when we begin to have this kind of conversations, it forces people to say, this speaking way you want, you sit down as a couple.
Yes.
The family say, okay, please bring children to the world that you can genuinely take care of. Look after, constant vigilance.
Exactly.
That's why they are children.
Exactly.
So and then when we have this kind of thing going on, I want to believe that the society then also transmits the same value into the way they also perceive the children.
Yes.
This one is very valuable. Yes. The moment you see any child, this child. I don't know your papa, I don't know your mama, but this Pekin,
exactly.
He get purpose, he gets value, he gets life. So I think that is very, very important.
Very important.
And then in raising up children, I think a lot needs to go into the self-esteem of children.
Yes.
Because these are children, so you need to raise them well. You need to teach them, yes. Train them.
It still boils down to what is it? Intentionality.
Exactly.
And it still ties down to what is purpose.
Yes.
I believe, even if it's not just procreation, procreation is a purpose. So what legacy of procreation do you want to leave behind? So I still feel it still boils down to purpose. Okay, I just want my lineage continue. Okay, so which kind of lineage you want get? And I believe if that question is answered, it will show in how intentional the efforts you're making to train up that child.
Yeah.
So, but our society allows for laxity and makes excuses for. So, okay, the mother is not making enough money, so that means she should be lax.
Exactly.
No.
And you hear some people, there are a lot of things like you clearly the society sees that this man, this woman, they need to be able to firm up themselves before they start bringing children into the world.
Yes.
But then we have a lot of cultures that says just born the pikin, best they come. So those kind of things, and then people will run into serious problems. Those children, as they are growing up, they get taken advantage of by other people.
Once a couple gets married, people are already counting time for you when you should
get them.
What if the couple is not ready?
Exactly. So I think we should reduce the pressure on those on families, new couples, new wedded families. I think we should instead focus more, not just madam never carry belle. This one.
See neighbors even calculating for you. Just small, maybe it's even just malaria. They're already you don't have making some snide comments and sarcastic comments and
I think people should respect parents and instead to say, okay, you know what, has a family building up, and
the truth is for even I still say it that there is a lot of adjustment that couples need to make when they get married. That I even believe that long courtship doesn't even solve. This time around, you get to be in the space of each other, like 24/7 so that's rhythm. You probably need to find your rhythm and your balance, and sometimes it's progressive.
True.
So now bringing a child into that mix, both of you are not grounded.
Very static.
You're not found grounded yourself. You're already. It's a lot.
True.
So we need to.
True. The parents, before they begin to have children, they need to understand why they are doing what they want to do.
Yes.
They need to talk to themselves. They need to be ready, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually even. They need to be very ready. Self-aware,
emotionally ready.
Yeah, so if you know that you're not too much of a patience type, begin to work on your patience. Not that you're not using your children to do transferred aggression, all that. So you need You need to. These are the kind of things that even will make you as a person to grow and transfer that value you've used in building yourself onto your children. And children also too, they learn, they see. Their learning is in the watching, observation. So I mean, that you as a parent, you do what is right. It's a plus by default because your children are also watching, learning to see what is right. So
you'll be surprised at what they are picking.
So yeah, even health-wise, children, they need to know. Parents need to know, what do I have to give my 1-year-old for his or her brain to be sharp?
Yes.
What do I need to give, my 2-year-old for her to have strong bones? What quality of milk? It takes a lot of research. It takes a lot of effort. So everything, checkups.
Me earlier today, do I know the mission
of your children?
Of my children? That's part of it.
Exactly.
Because it guides you.
Exactly.
There are certain things you begin to expose the child to. Certain things when I discovered that, my daughter would, had music. She doesn't have interest in music. It's my son that has interest in music, funny enough. But I knew that she has something to do with music later on in life. I just one day I stumbled across a video of a young girl, probably 5, playing guitar, and I just played it for them to watch. The next time my daughter would talk, she was telling her that she wants a guitar. That was it. And so I just began to, then at devotions I'll ask her, okay, give us a song. Then I intentionally play music. And I think it was yesterday I was playing, okay, that was for my son. I played a song, the video of a song of a young man, leading worship, and my son was really watching and interested. So that's intentionality, because I discovered that, okay, you love music, your music inclined, okay, exposure. Let me begin to expose you to see that this is a picture, it's possible, you can do this. So that's part of it.
Yes.
Understanding the reason why a child came to the world.
Exactly. Careful vigilance, careful watching, understanding that child, because children are different.
Very.
So you have to understand that this particular child, look at what works,
for him or her.
Look at this one, and then you have to be prepared to follow through. So when you calculate the cost of raising one child, even up to 10 years old, not cost, just financial cost, but mental preparedness, physical energy, school. The children like asking questions, so you need to know.
Especially because you're a patient person.
Yes, and or you're not too knowledgeable. Because children are drawn to people who are knowledgeable.
Very true.
Let me go and ask uncle this. Let me go and ask auntie this. And before you know it,
the parent doesn't know how to do assignments. Go to uncle this.
And you don't know, uncle doesn't know your child as much as you do. So it's something that this is something that I even believe that the government ought to be putting some kind of input
and attention to. So when so I don't know if you can remember, there was a time that it was, I don't know. I don't know if it was rumored, but that the Chinese government was putting some restrictions.
On one-child policy.
And then people were advocating that it should be brought to Nigeria. What I saw, there was a lot of backlash. Yes. People were very opposed to it. People didn't like it.
I mean, I don't.
Government. A lot of people said government should
not interfere into
that. That was going too far.
True. I don't think government needs to tell people how many kids that they should have. Personally, but I think again, what government needs to carefully emphasize on is, the parents have the capacity to take care of the children. So for instance, I think there's a country in Europe, I've forgotten the country, but there's something I saw online recently where though it has been proposed at the time, but I think it's going to fly, where the government says if you have 2 or more kids, you get a tax break. So your tax reduces drastically
Wow,
in a way to encourage people to give birth more and be more perhaps responsible. Take time, not put, because most of the times people have children and then there's a lot of pressure. You see, especially like in Nigeria, Papa they work morning till night, not going to see picking.
Yes.
Mama
to join
too. They don't talk. Say Mama need to join to the support household.
Especially
Mama,
because of the rising
cost of things, and
yes.
you know.
Yes.
So yeah.
It's a lot. There's this.
This is what we're talking about. So currently we're talking about children, but again, you can always jump in.
Yeah, I'm listening. Just go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah.
There's this country that does this. So they have care packs that they give every pregnant woman, and I read an interesting article on it, even though I can't remember the country right now. So I think then what they did was they used to even go as far as giving the families cots, baby cots. So inside the baby cots will come
packages,
you know, for maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
And I heard that it continued and evolved to, I think they now even started putting it in cardboard boxes, but the cardboard boxes were such that you could still put your baby in it. So if just perhaps you don't have a baby cot, the cardboard boxes were sturdy enough to be a baby box for, you know, for the length of time, you know, maybe until you can get. And I was like, you know, that's a good way for government to come in. That's not a bad one. Then I think Nigeria has adopted it. Or I'm not sure. I don't have that on facts, but I know that some private institutions are adopting it. Lagos State in particular, giving fathers leave, paternal leave, you know, and then I know in Lagos State now, maternal leave is now 6 months, you know. So, you know, those little ways that they can come into
release the pressure.
Yes.
From parents to be able to take care of children.
Adequate. It's important.
Go ahead. I'm listening. Don't worry. Go ahead.
Okay. So talk about television. I mean, just your experience on television, the development. You know. We've also talked about briefly on students, challenges, opportunities. Okay. Which one would you like to speak
on? Definitely the word philosophy makes sense there.
Okay.
Philosophy is good.
I would clearly not be surprised.
Alright.
It's like philosophy.
Yeah, philosophy is the real word there. Yeah, because you know, I was on a talk show, I was on a podcast, telling my journey into enlightenment. Telling my journey into enlightenment. And a lady called into the podcast. And you could hear the tears in her soul. She was crying as she was talking. She was screaming at the podcast man. Because that's what happens when people start to awaken into the world that they live in. They call it mental illness. They call it schizophrenia.
Okay.
Society brands them schizophrenic. These people are not okay. These people are insane.
Okay.
But these are the people that are beginning to wake up to the reality of society's insane philosophies.
Okay.
And she was saying that wow, that basically at the end of her rant, which was basically saying is that in this world, the people that we think are down are actually the people that are up, and the people that we see that are up are the people that are down. She was saying that the actual pastors are those people that are not seen in the society. Those people that live a life that you would not even know that they are preaching the gospel with their lives. And those people are the actual pastors. They're mostly not even in church. That all these pastors that you see up there at the boy, that these people are actually downtrodden people. That was what she was trying to talk about. That these people that we feel like are presidents, that those people are not the real presidents. That the real presidents are some people that we overlook in society. So she was talking about how society has been turned upside down. How society is actually upside down. That if you want to see the truth in society, turn it upside down.
Interesting.
Like anything that for me now, if my father says go here, what I read from him, what he's actually telling me is go here. If he says go to school, what he's actually saying is don't go to school.
Okay. Okay.
But school is not bad.
Is it not?
School is an environment for learning.
Huh?
As far as the purpose is defined.
Okay.
You go to school to get enlightened, your mind refined, your skills sharp, to be able to become a valuable member to the society.
School is the number one philosophical evil. School is a primary philosophical evil because courses like philosophy are laughed at. You're going to study philosophy. Hey, what is this one they do study?
But you don't think that laughter is actually region context based? Because looking at developed countries, I don't think people laugh at people who
even in developed
philosophy.
countries are laughed at. One second. I said that that the stuff is deep. This is the main. There is no other talk other than this talk. I was on the talk show during this Nnamdi Kalu's trial, and I told them that Nnamdi Kalu does not understand the depth of what's going on. That he's one of these people that come and try to solve a very deep problem by shouting and a shallow approach. And the man now asked me, okay, so Ubulu, what is the problem in society? I told him that it's an ancient problem. There's a spiritual situation. I know that he thought I wanted to say something serious. That's why spiritual situation I'm coming to tell him here. That's how deep it is. A doctor who is a practicing Viking. He's a cultist. Forgot that he was a cultist and started arguing with me that spirits don't exist.
Okay.
Eh? It's a serious mind parallel. It's something that will shake the mind of the individual. You see, because the doctor is not even aware when he starts to get into these petty arguments. Because in one part of his mind, he believes that spirit exists. But once it comes to defending his profession, he starts to make comments like spirits don't exist. So if spirits don't exist, do you believe in Jesus Christ? Because it's not a spiritual thought. So, to me, philosophy is, to me, is the talk of the talks, because there is a philosophical difference in society, a large philosophical difference, serious philosophical difference. It is so bad that we live in an insane world. The world philosophies are practically insane. the world philosophy is we are living in an insane world. Meaning that as it stands today, I don't even know who is sane in this world. Yeah, because it is deep, man. It is a very serious issue. A very, very serious issue. Very, very serious issue. I was in this period I've not been working. I went to my contact list because I'm getting more calm and settled. And I saw so many numbers that I kept saying I will call. But because I'm working, it's not possible. I can't give true attention to my own self, let alone the next person beside me. That is a philosophical trouble.
But nothing that in that case is personal to you.
It's not personal to me. If me Ubulu cannot check up on people on my contact list, who can? Who can? My senior sister, from January to December, and it's not her fault because she's in that system. She's in, they call it the beast system. She's in that system, and she can't help it because she has kids to take care of. She has to do the 9 to 5, her 9 to 5 drill. She's also tired. What time does she have to call her own brother? If she won't call her brother, how can she call an old friend, let alone a new friend? Does she even have time to prospect for a new friend? So many people are crossing her, but she doesn't have the time to walk up and give them a flower, to try and make new friends. So we're not talking about making new friends at this point, but saying that even the friends that exist, you can't even keep that relationship. It becomes a matter of once in 2 years. Hey, how you doing? A long time. You don't forget me now, Abi. This one when you calling me, is everything okay? Obviously, everything is not okay. Maybe it's a Shebi they want you to do or something.
Oh my goodness!
Shock you, Abi.
Yes, he has a very valid point. That's a very valid point.
What are they now? What are they now?
That's a valid point.
Huh? Everything ends at this word philosophy. I told him that Nnamdi is talking about the Igbos are Jews. Then Nnamdi left the US to come and fight for the protection of who? How can he protect his own self? You don't lock him up now. He wants to come and protect me, but he cannot protect his own self. It's a philosophical problem now. A world where philosophy is kept beside.
What is the purpose of philosophy?
The purpose of philosophy is direction. The purpose of philosophy is destination. When we all agree that this is culture, when we all agree that this is what we do to achieve certain results. Meaning that we can't work 9 to 5 because the world have agreed that 9 to 5 is dangerous for the human being. Meaning that the world philosophy today is not human-centered. It is centered on something else. We don't have a philosophy that keeps the health of the human being at the center. The philosophy is something else, something alien.
I agree.
So that's why the homes are breaking up. That's why there is pain. That's why the girl doesn't trust the man, and the man doesn't even trust his own self.
So are you saying we should go back to the system of...
I'm saying that the world should follow me. That's the end. Yes. That's what I'm saying, because there's nobody knows.
Let me throw your question back at you. Can you protect yourself if you want me to follow you. The way you said the thing about Nnamdi.
I've already protected myself. Don't say that bandana. Yes, now, because the thing about it is that I'm well protected. I'm well protected because I am not.
How?
I'm cool. Look at how I'm eating this kuli. You get? You see? You see? I'm not.
Excuse me.
You see? I'm not proposing a war approach like Nnamdi. Nnamdi is shouting. I'm not shouting. I'm singing. I'm dancing. That is the potential.
But how does that to the basic or to the average man? His needs is money. How does dancing and singing help?
His need is not money.
Who said so? Their needs.
His need is to follow me. Yes, now you're asking the question. I'm asking you now.
But I don't say don't want to be anybody's savior.
No, now I don't want to be the man's savior. Doesn't mean that if he follows me, he will be saved. I don't want to be his savior, but my advice for him is that I've looked at this world and I'm the only one that has an answer for him.
Oh yeah?
Yes. But I'm not saying that he must. I'm not saying he must follow me. Huh? Has he danced since he was alive? Has he danced? Why don't you come and join my school?
Thank you, Mama.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's okay, Abi. What happened?
Go on.
Yeah. So the world needs to change their philosophy. People can't be working 9 to 5. When we work 9 to 5, how can you be inspired to sing? You have to sing. Some days are for you to dance. So when you keep a work culture, you block the creative culture. You get, there's no more time for things that are not work related. It's always an economic decision. You have to believe you need money. You need money. But that's not what you need. What you need is to be inspired. What you need is inspiration. Not money.
I agree. I agree.
You agree, Abi?
But then, if one is to need inspiration, not money. He needs to have the courage to walk the path that is not
Conventional. No.
But perhaps it falls into what you're saying, that those who are actually at the top might not be the ones actually at the top. Because then, people who then are living separate worlds inside this world, but then they are looking towards creativity, which is the default being of every human.
Yeah.
Inspiration, the default being of every human. Peace, hope, joy, all the time. Not the one that today is learning about how work is at the office. I agree. I agree. Purpose, brother. Philosophy is direction. Yeah. True. So we talk next. Tolerance.
Huh?
Tolerance. Tolerance.
How can you tolerate when you don't have philosophy?
True. We don't have direction.
We don't have direction. Because it takes a man who has huge self. It takes a man who has been able to point the finger at his own self to be able to tolerate another man's sickness. Because he also knows that he himself once was sick. But when you don't even agree that you are lost, how can you tolerate another lost person?
But do you think that even the man that has direction still needs to tolerate?
The man who has direction, the direction gives you the opportunity to tolerate.
Okay.
The direction gives you the opportunity. Doesn't mean that you might have reached that part of your journey to start tolerating. But at least you may one day finally find out. Because I've seen a lot of people on early enlightenment stages, and some of them get stuck there. They spend time in crying about the situation of the world. They never move, they never walk the journey.
True.
You know, the Bible says that the path is narrow, very few find it.
True.
But not just very few find it, but very few even choose to walk
in it.
Walk in it.
True.
So it takes a man who's walking that path to truly have some level of even me too. I was once like this. Interesting, yeah? Abi? Yeah. I think that the bedrock of everything is that choose this thing for yourself. I don't continue running this death race. I don't come to the place of life where we don't have money, but we have soul. Because when you look at the human being, you don't see a money opportunity. You see a human being. It's when you see a money opportunity, you can't tolerate, because when the money is not coming,
True.
then what use are you to me?
True.
Eh?
True.
So now when you are now in that shoe, where you're not a money opportunity, and you can see the human being who is a money opportunity or a money opportunist, it's easier for you to say, oh, more. I once was in the shoes where I saw people as money tools, and this is what this person is just doing to me. Now it's not easy for you to, be on that other side where you don't say, oh, more. Like, I get it, and it's not something you say with your mouth. It's an experience that you have to accept and own. Accept that my father is just talking to me this way because I'm not bringing money to him. You have to see it and not to return that energy to him, but transform it.
What toilets day?
Huh?
What toilets day?
Today?
What toilet day actually was set for 19th
Of what?
this month?
Okay.
What toilet day? I've seen lately some videos where there's actually a most suitable position for using the toilet properly,
Okay.
where you stay on the toilet and then you get like a small stool and put your feet over it. Have you come across it?
What toilet? Eh?
Like the appropriate way to use a toilet.
Yes, now, these are things that you see in the realm of spirituality. Yeah. So I've seen it. Spiritually speaking, scientifically speaking. Scientifically speaking is the bowels that holds the excretion. There's a way you stay and you don't squeeze them to bring out the excretion. So you have to bend in a certain way. When you bend that way, you squeeze out the excretion better.
Cool. Spiritually, is there any benefits to that?
Yeah. There's a spiritual aspect to it because the spirituality, you talk about the chakras, talk about energy centers in the body. You know, and the different energy centers from the root of the body to the crown of your body. But all of them are rooted on the root of your body. And every organ corresponds to a particular energy. That's why when that shocking experience happens, you feel that fear in your stomach. You feel that discomfort. That's what the excretion is. You get? So when you always carry excretion within you, those lower energies can weigh you down to more. And because of all the energy centers are based on the roots, so it's more difficult for you to function when you have that excretion within you.
And that pressure, heightened pressure based on.
That's why sometimes when you excrete, you feel a relief. That's energy centers relaxing. Cool.
Why don't we have a lot of public toilets that people ought to use
Hold on.
available for us?
Don't worry about that question. I already told you. It's a philosophical issue. The devils that run this world, they are aware that excretion makes a man free. That's why they don't need you to have the public toilets.
But then people go about anywhere.
That's the point.
And just.
That's the point. Because when you don't have access to proper care, it's called hygiene, which is the center of medicine, the center of health. So when you go about excreting in such places, you are taking in poor hygiene culture, which keeps you in the lower realms. A man that a man that excretes in a very beautifully fine toilet, and a man that excretes in the bush, they're going to come out two different people.
Do you think it's about location or the how?
It's about location because these excretive energies, they're energies, you see. So it takes excretion is a whole course on its own. People are supposed to learn. This is what they call philosophy and culture. Excreting is something that human beings are supposed to sit in class and learn it. So you don't even have the course. They are not excreting inside the bush. Because you're supposed to. A man who excreted and did not clean his anus is better than he didn't even excrete at all.
Yes. But what if you use some leaves?
Yeah, that's the thing.
But it's still low hygiene.
Are the leaves dry? What's on that leaf that you have not put inside of the anus? Maybe there was water and you washed the leaves with the water. Maybe. Maybe. What a struggle. Eh?
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
Interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so how about Men's Day? International Men's Day. Men.
When is the Men's Day?
Men.
When is the Men's Day?
It's past 19th also. Men's Day. How do you like?
Yeah, I don't understand which one. This is edible.
It's buff.
Yeah? Yeah, I don't know which one is Men's Day.
It's in celebration of men all over the world.
So what are we celebrating?
The role of men in society.
And what is the role of a man in society?
To build.
And what to build. That's an action. So, philosophy. Where does the man learn his or her idea of building from? Can I have some? What is the prime example of building? What is the prime example of building? What is building?
Anything that comes to him.
What's this? I personally believe that
You think men should not be celebrated?
I believe that there's nothing to celebrate, really. I believe there's nothing to celebrate because at the end of the day, there's a general sadness. So, why celebrate a sad situation? Why celebrate?
Good evening.
How you doing?
Firstly, I want to apologize. Sorry, my sister took the book and she was like, she's so interested in it. And then today she's coming back from home. That's how it's like, I've not even read it.
Interesting.
She just saw it and said she liked the title and she collected it. But no, she just came back from home today. So I said, Wednesday and pass, Thursday and pass, and I have to just leave it today.
Okay. So you want to read it still?
Yeah? Yeah, I want to, but anyway, I don't know when I will now bring it back, but that's the okay.
That's my fear.
But I'm sure inside probably next week.
Next 2 weeks.
Next week, so yes.
We are sure you're bringing next week.
Yes.
Alright, you can still have it.
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank you.
Alright now, take
Bye.
care.
I would have played video, but thank you.
Alright.
Yeah.
Men.
Forget about men, man. We're a lost tribe.
How do you say that?
We're lost now. We're lost. Let's go LOST. Let's go LOST. Is the man a follower of Jesus Christ? Or is he a follower of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Where does he get his authority to live? Why has he gone into childbirth? I can see children here. You get, I can see students. So, where does he get his authority to life? Why has he gone to go and take a woman and say, I marry you for better and for worse? These are very deep topics. Very deep. I've seen different men marry for bizarre reasons. What is the reason for an average man to go into marriage today, 2025?
Companionship.
Why does he need a companion? Does he need someone that will hold the lamp for him in the darkness or what?
To go through life together.
To go through life together. Because life is a boring task, I don't get. Like, I don't understand.
This is helper.
This is a helper.
To achieve his life's work, which is to build.
What build what exactly?
It varies from man to man depending on what.
This word build, who told you about it? The way you have been talking about it, it's like you took a building like course or listen. Don't you? The matter is very serious.
Of course.
It's very serious. Eh?
Mm-hmm.
Eh?
Yeah.
It's very serious now.
True.
Eh?
True.
Huh.
But you think that men are not meant to build?
It's not about building.
Okay.
It's not about building. Is a word that can confuse the entire planet. What do you mean by build? Build what? Is it a castle he wants to build, or a family he wants to build? Then when he's done building, he dies and he goes.
This I'm telling you. Some men, they want to build a world where there is hope.
A world where there's hope, like you.
There are some men who want to build a world where there's justice.
Ah.
There are some men who want to build a world that is sane and orderly. Some actually want to build literal houses for people to live in.
So why are we in this world? What is the purpose of life? Why has this earth been created? We don't want to answer this question. We want to go and my mother is back. I need to go home.
Alright.
We don't answer the question of the purpose of life. We want to just go ahead and build. How do you want to build in a world that is broken?
But don't think that man has the power to fix it.
Does he?
Mankind, precisely. You think that mankind doesn't have the power to fix this world?
Mankind.
Yes. The world is broken. Who broke it?
Are you around? Okay, have you entered? Alright, now I'm trekking down, please. I'm at the art shop. I forgot to tell you. How can you fix a problem you don't understand? I laugh at you and the men. I laugh at you and the men. How can you fix a problem you don't understand? Are you a spaghetti monster?
Let's rush and go and meet. She's waiting at the gate now.
Let me play my latest hit.
We're still having our
Oh, sorry.
I think you're supposed to be rushing to go on.
Oh, best one.
Thank you.